Good morning children. I am Sneha Baiju, a teacher of Montessori English Medium School, Telangana. Had your breakfast? You are excellent in completing breakfast in time. Was it your mother's choice or your choice? Mother's choice. But few are having your own choice. That shows you didn't study the last lesson. Last day we discussed about the food we eat. So, we have to eat a balanced food or a balanced diet. Don't prefer always your favorite. Occasionally, now and then you can have the favorite. Remaining all the times you have to follow balanced diet so that you will be happy and healthy. By seeing that, I am also happy. So, today we have a wonderful topic, our environment. Have you heard about environment? Environment is nothing but it is the surrounding of a living thing where it lives and survives. So, environment is nothing but it is the surrounding of a living thing where it lives and survive. For example, if a frog is living in a pond, pond is the environment. So, pond is the environment for the frog, or for a fish, pond is the environment for the fish. So, if I put a fish in a glass jar or an aquarium, can we call it as environment? No. So, there we have to add another one word, natural surrounding. So, environment is not simply the surrounding, it is the natural surrounding of a living thing where it lives and survives. Now, we have to study another one term, that is what is called ecology. So, what is ecology? In short way, it is a study of ecosystem. So, ecology is the study of ecosystem. Ecosystem is nothing but our environment. That means ecology is a branch of science which deals with natural surroundings of a living thing. So, we will study about the natural surroundings and the properties of living things in ecology. In short, it is the study of ecosystem. So, the scientist who study about ecology, we will call it as ecologist. So, you may hear about physicist, chemist. So, same way those who study about ecology, we will call them as ecologist. Now, we discussed only the main topic, that is environment, ecology, ecologist. But we have to understand in such a way that environment is composed of two things. One is living things and another one is non-living things. Living things, what are the living things? Plants, animals and microorganisms. In short, microbes. So, living things include plants, animals and microorganisms or microbes. Do you know what are microorganisms? That are the animals, very small creatures which we can't see with our naked eye. With the help of microscope only we can see them. You might have seen in the advertisement of Lifebuoy soap or Lysol. So, that are called microbes. Non-living things include air, water, soil, sunlight, temperature. So, all these come under non-living things. So, environment is composed of living things and non-living things. Living things includes plants, animals and microorganisms. Non-living things include air, water, soil, sunlight, temperature, etc. So, now we will study in connection with non-living things have some relation with the living things. That means living things can't live without non-living things. Now we will study or will discuss the problems of our environment. So now we will study about the problems of environment. So we will study about the problems of environment. So we have plenty of problems in connection with the environment. So first problem is hunting of animals. Why do you hunt animals? Hunting of animals. What are the purpose? For clothes, for clothing and cosmetics mainly. So we will hunt, human being will hunt animals, hunting of animals for clothing and cosmetics. Next one, sending fumes. We will send fumes into the air. So releasing fumes into air. That is another environment problem. Next environment problem is dumping of waste. Dumping of waste in water and soil. So next environment problem is dumping of waste in water and soil. The fourth environmental problem is cutting of trees. Cutting of trees. Have you heard of cutting of trees? Have you seen the green trees? They will clean the air. They will cool the breeze. So cutting of trees is an environmental problem. Hunting of animals for clothing and cosmetics, leather, for wool and all. Anyhow, mainly the skin of tiger and some wild animals people will take for industrial purpose without the permission of government. So clothing, cosmetics. What are cosmetics? Lipstick, eyeshadow. So such things preparing purpose we need animal products. So all these purpose we will hunt and kill. So because of this process plenty of animals and even plants also undergoes a phenomena of endangering. So endangering species occurs because of these activities of human being. Next, fumes into air. Fumes into air by burning fuels, fossil fuels mainly. What are fossil fuels? Coal, petroleum. Not only fossil fuels, coal, petrol, diesel, etc. We are burning plastics also. So these all will cause plenty of poisonous gases will be released in the air. So which create some problems for the environment. And next problem is dumping of waste in water and soil. People from the home waste, hospital waste, factory waste, all these are released into the water bodies. So that creates problems. So environmental problems we can categorize into four. First one, hunting of animals for clothing and cosmetics. Second one, releasing of fumes into air. Third one, dumping of waste into water and soil, and the fourth one is cutting of trees. Among these four, we have to discuss about releasing of fumes into air. Today we will discuss about that. So we will release a lot of poisonous fumes in the air. That phenomena we will call it as air pollution. Air pollution. So before discussing about air pollution, let us know what is pollution. Pollution is the release of substance into air which harm the living things. So if you are releasing harmful substances into air, so that it affect the life of living things. So, releasing substance into air which are harmful for the living thing, we will call it as pollution, and that harmful substance we will call them as pollutants. So, pollutants are the harmful substances. Pollution is the process of releasing pollutants into air. So, now we have to study the causes of air pollution. Air is polluted by adding pollutants. So, what is a pollutant? The harmful substance which are released into air is called pollutant. Now, we will study the reasons for air pollution. First reason, already I told you, burning of fossil fuels and automobiles, burning of plastics, burning of fossil fuels, running of automobiles, they all sending a lot of pollutant into the air. So, which causes air pollution. Now, we have to study the effects of air pollution. What are the effects of air pollution? So, important effects of air pollution are, first one is it make air unfit. It makes the air unfit for breathing. We can't breathe fresh air. So, we will get always polluted air. So, unfit air, we will get unfit air. Second effect is it create a lot of respiratory diseases, breathing diseases. So, you will get or the people will or living things will get a lot of respiratory diseases and breathing diseases. Next effect is global warming. So, now let us study what is global warming. Globe become warm due to the release of some greenhouse gases. For example, when we burn all these fossil fuels, carbon dioxide, methane, like that, plenty of gases are released into air. Carbon dioxide like gases have a capacity to produce heat or store the heat again. Whenever sunlight strike on the earth, it will be reflected back, but these greenhouse gases will absorb that sunlight and maintain the heat in the earth. So, we will get an increase in temperature. So, totally or globally the temperature will increase. So, global warming causes many side effects for living things. Because of global warming, what will happen? We have plenty of ice cubes in the polar regions, they will start melting, ice starts melting, which causes floods. So, that valleys will be under water. So, global warming, that means increase in temperature causes melting of polar ice caps, which create floods. That is the defect or effect of air pollution. Next effect is acid rain. We know rain normally, how does a rain form or water cycle, that all we discussed before. Now, we have to study about a special rain, that is what is called acid rain. It is nothing but when the factories send plenty of smoke into the air which contains poisonous gases, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, etc. These gases will dissolve in water as the rain falls, rain in the sense water drops. So, when these gases dissolve in these water molecules, it will fall as acid rain. So, when the gas dissolve in water, it forms acid. So, acid falls, we call it as acid rain. So, acid rain will affect all the crops or plants and animals. So, you may know the monument Taj Mahal, which is spoiled due to acid rain. So, acid rain occurs mainly due to the increasing number of factories which is sending a lot of poisonous gases which dissolves in water, and rain falls as acid rain. So, which also affect the living things. And next effect is removal of ozone layer, removal or depletion. Ozone layer. Yesterday I told you about ozone. Ozone is the layer just like an umbrella protecting us from ultraviolet radiation. So, as we are using AC, refrigerator and all, CFC, chlorofluorocarbon. So, such gases are released which will go up and react with ozone gas and make a hole there or a gap there. So, that ultraviolet rays enter through that, and if you get that rays, you will get skin cancer, many skin diseases. Because of that, we need ozone layer to protect us. But if you pollute or increase the air pollution, what happens? Removal of ozone layer occurs and we may get skin cancer and many skin diseases. So, CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, is one of the gas which cause the depletion of ozone layer. So, these are the effects of air pollution. So, first I told you about what is environment. Environment is the natural surrounding of a living thing where it lives and survive. Can you have one example of environment? Pond is a best example, another example forest. So, next we studied about ecology. In short, ecology is the study of ecosystem, and the scientists who study about ecology, we call them as ecologists. Or else you can define ecology is the study of natural environment and living things. Environment is composed of living things and non-living things. Living things includes plants, animals and microorganisms. Non-living things includes air, water, soil, sunlight and temperature. Then we discussed about environmental problems. What are the environmental problems? First problem is cutting of trees. So, for making factories or to make it cities improving, so metropolitan cities now we have, so we are cutting the trees for furnitures and all. So, cutting of trees is a main environmental problem. Next environmental problem is hunting of animals. Clothing and cosmetics, we are hunting animals. Next, releasing poisonous gases into air by burning fossil fuels and running of automobiles causes such pollution. And last one is dumping of waste in water and soil. So, we will dump waste in water and soil, also pollute. So, anyhow we have to study about the air pollution. What is air pollution? Before studying air pollution, we should define what is pollution. Pollution is the releasing of substances which are harmful to living things, and the harmful substances we will call it as pollutants. What are the effects of air pollution? Air pollution will make the air unfit, it will create a lot of respiratory diseases, breathing problems, global warming, acid rain, removal of ozone layer. What are the causes of air pollution? Burning of fossil fuel, plastics, automobiles, etc. Now, I will give you some assignments. Our first question is, what is environment? What is environment? Second question is, what is ecology? Third question is, what are the problems of environment? Problems of environment. Fourth one is, what are the effects of air pollution? Air pollution. Fifth one is, define a pollution be pollutant. So now let us see the answer. What is environment? Environment is the natural surrounding of a living thing. What is ecology? Study of ecosystem. What are the problems of environment? Cutting of trees, dumping of waste in water and soil, hunting of animals for clothing and cosmetics, sending fumes into air. Next question is, what are the effects of air pollution? Air pollution will make the air unfit for breathing. It causes respiratory problems, breathing problems. It creates global warming and acid rain, removal of ozone layer. So these are the effects of air pollution. Last question, define a pollution. Pollution is the release of harmful substances into air. And the last one is pollutant. The harmful substances, we call them as pollutant. So what we have to do? We have to stop pollution and prevent pollution. So let us conclude by a two-line song. Stop pollution from filling up the air. Thank you.